This here's Homer Homesteader at Paz del Eden, La Mama. If you watched my hedge trimming video a little bit ago, you'll see that you will have seen that I may have cut Mom's cord in half with the hedge trimmer. Thought I'd give you a little quick repair video. Already started with one side. I cut the cord the rest of the way in half. It was a little bit fused together, I found here. But what I'm going to do is cut both ends like that, and I start by taking the insulative coating off. You can use a wire stripper if you want, but Homer learned with just a utility knife. And so you go around the insulating cutter. As you can see, I usually don't get mine all the way cut. There's a little bit piece of it there, so you might have to come back and snip that too. And once you got it cut all the way around, just kind of a matter of working that off. Ching. And as you can see, these here are welded together. Had a little electricity running through it when I hit it with the hedge trimmer. So then you got your 3 wires. You're going to take the insulated coating off each of those. Again, I'm just going around this, twisting it around until I get through the insulative coating, sometimes easier than others. You can also use, they actually make a tool for this, wire strippers, slash also the diagonal cutters with them. But I learned, like I said, with the utility knife, not that it's the most efficient. Sometimes once you get it started, especially once you've had a little electrical event, it's easier to place your knife blade along the edge. You don't want to cut into this stranded wire, but once I get a defect in that, I can start to strip it off a little better. Or since I'd already cut up a little higher, it's still going to be cantankerous. Be careful not to cut your thumb. Oops. Or the side of your finger by poking a wire in it. Then we got to get this third one, or second one on this side. Again, I'm just twisting that around. Oh, look, Homer ate a pear this morning. And there's his super duper sticker. I picked up that habit of taking those little PLU stickers off when I was making lunches for my kids. I would take the stickers off for all of the fruit I was putting in their lunch, so it was more efficient than throw them away at the end. And I found after a time I kept forgetting those stickers on my hand, and I'd show up at work with them on. Now imagine that. And still to this day, I put stickers on my hand like it was a long time ago. My kids are all not so old that it's been that long ago. But I still have the habit sometimes of walking around a while with stickers on my hands. I hope that you have some fond memories of your childhood or your parenthood of similar events that carry into fun habits today. So, got to get all the way around it. This here green one seems a little more tough than the other two. Got it loose. I'm going to try that stripping method. That was welded good. So that's what I was trying to do earlier when I was stripping it, is get a long cut like that. You can see I broke one of the strands, but pretty good. So once you got those stripped, a little twist here to keep all those strands together. And then you're gonna match it up with the other side, making sure you get the same colored ones together, and eventually I'll get them around right. So green to green. Sometimes you'll have just plain bare wire for the ground and the hot and the neutral. So twist those together. You can use wire caps. This here is for Uncle Steve, the mechanical genius. My homesteader knew exactly where her electrical tape was at, believe it or not. So I'm going to cut some off. You can also wrap this around the wire, and before you cut it off and tighten it up. Sometimes I do that, but sometimes when wires are close like this, makes it a little harder. So what you want to do is make sure to fully cover the exposed wire, and also go back up into the insulative coating a little bit so it has a protective barrier between the wire and anything else, but it also going back up onto that insulated coating makes sure that it sticks to something and doesn't slide off the end. Next, that piece was maybe a little longer than I needed. We're going to try a shorter piece this time. Next up, the hot. Again, making sure to get it back over the insulative cover, down, and a few wraps, making sure to cover all the exposed wire. Even that piece was a little bit longer than I needed. Since Ma Homesteader's over there listening to me, she's gonna know I'm wasting some of her great electrical tape. She may get me in trouble later. She'll probably make me work harder and dig up some trees or something later today. And then last but not least, the neutral. Again, getting it on the insulative coating and making sure, like I almost missed the end there, to fully cover the wire. So the next thing I'm gonna do, I've got all three separately covered. I'm gonna tape them together as well. Starting again back on the insulative cover. Now that I'm not working in such a small space, this makes it a lot easier for getting a tighter wrap. I'm going to go ahead and leave it on the roll as I tape. Now I've got that. I used to just leave them like this, but the thing I found was my cord had a funny hook in it. So what I've started to do is loop it back over like this so that the cord will keep going in the same straight direction, and then I tape that. This also provides a little more protection if you happen to run your electrical cord through a little water or something, a little more protection from it getting wet and shorting out. But it's not completely effective like the insulative coating was before Homer Hedge trimmed this up. And that's one thing I gotta be careful about, is getting my tape stuck together. Don't get your tape stuck to each other, Homer, don't get your tape. So I'm gonna go down past the loop a little bit, seal that off pretty good, and then come back across the other way. Whoop. Got a little fold in my tape. This is the thickest electrician's tape I've seen in ages. It's beautiful, wonderful, exquisite, divine, magnifico, excelente. So, in just 8 minutes and 55 seconds of goofing around, plus a couple minutes before getting the other side stripped, Homer has showed you how to repair an extension cord in case you get yours real close to the hedge trimmers. Just thought you'd like an update on Paz de la Eden, La Mama.